Welcome everybody to a look at the third film from Radiance Films half-year bundle, and that is 1970's Red Sun, also known as Rock Son, because it's a German film. And yeah, this is a film directed by Rudolf Thom, who I've never seen anything from before, and it's a crime thriller film that clocks in at 87 minutes. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't write that down. But yeah, it's about Thomas, who hitchhikes from Hamburg to Munich, where he meets his ex-girlfriend Peggy. Thomas doesn't have a bed for the night and goes home with Peggy, not knowing that she and her 4 roommates have all made a strange pact. So yeah, I was hoping that this was going to continue the successful run of Radiance Films releases, as I've not hated any one of their films so far. And although I didn't hate this, it's certainly the worst by quite a large margin film that they've released so far. Now, sure, I can settle for respecting this for its themes and some of its execution, but unfortunately this didn't really gel with me, which is primarily down to the characters not managing to be all that enjoyable to watch, and the production is rather lackluster as well, as yeah, everything from the gunshot noises, which sound pathetic, to the really rather underwhelming sets and locations. It's just, yeah, it looks very, very cheap. It is also rather sparse in areas, which makes portions between the character interactions rather boring, making its lessness feel less rather than more for me. As there are some films where being restrained, being subtle can work in its favour, but with this, yeah, it just doesn't make any positive impact. It's only something that takes away from the whole experience. And yeah, and overall it did feel really rather quite underwhelming. But that said, the themes do somewhat resonate. While it certainly captures feelings of the time, some of the character interactions are well executed. It is overall well paced despite the sparseness at times. The cinematography is rather good, while the final act has some decent tension and wraps up the plot relatively well, even if some threads are left dangling. So, a couple of minor spoilers here. The whole reason for the roommates committing the bombing acts that they do, they test out a bomb at one point and try and set another one off, that's never resolved. At least 2 of the roommates' circumstances are never resolved either. They just seem to fall away to the background, and yeah. And there are other elements as well, but they're the 2 main ones. So yeah, it's just feel a little bit, old themes and no substance in any other regards, or any kind of thought process through how the plot is structured or anything like that. So yeah, maybe it's just me not being getting the film as it is, because it is part of like the German New Wave kind of cinema scene at the time. So maybe I'm just not understanding the whole point of the film or the full message or anything like that. So I admit it could entirely be down to me, but yeah, unfortunately it just didn't resonate with me as much as I hoped, or be as enjoyable as I hoped either. So yeah, but it is a nice looking restoration, no doubt about that. It's had a digital transfer overseen by the director himself, so in high definition. And then you got select scene commentary with the director and Rainer Longhans. You got visual essay by scholar Johannes von Moltke on the social and cultural influences on the film. Again, I'm probably not as culturally, knowledgeable about the time and the place that it was set. Yeah, and you also got a visual essay by academic and programmer Margaret Dirias, tracing the development of new German cinema. And yeah, it's got the booklet as well. Now, with me getting this in the half-year bundle, I also got the art cards from the film as well. So, mild spoilers. I did show these off in one of the other films that I reviewed that was part of the half-year bundle as well. Yeah, figured since this is the actual film that they're from, I may as well show them off again. And yeah, in the booklet, you got your cast and your crew, and you got Guerrilla Girls, Radical Politics in Rudolf Thom's Red Sun by Sam Dahan. Got Interview with the Director from 1995. You got Letters to the German Evaluation Office from 1969 by Wim Wenders and Eno Patalas. Then you got review extracts from between 1970 to 1991, and transfer notes and credits, as well as some shots from the film as well, as you can see there. So yeah, I fully understand that when it comes to these kind of half-year bundles that or subscription services for anything, because the likes of Vinegar Syndrome also have their own subscription service where you get several films at a time, that you're gonna come across films that you're not necessarily going to enjoy. Just a shame that this has happened so early into the half-year bundle, but still, at the end of the day, the half-year bundle is currently 2 for free, because the Hotspot I really enjoyed, and the Iron Prefect was excellent. So yeah, 2 for free at the moment, but it's still a 3 out of 5 film. It's just unfortunately not one that I particularly got along with as well as I hoped. But yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that will get more out of it, and I'm glad for them that something like this has been, preserved in such a easily purchasable kind of manner. And yeah, at the end of the day, it is preserving, a part of cinema history, which again is always a positive. It's just a shame that it's not a film that I am particularly entertained by, and yeah, I am deliberating about whether or not I'm going to actually keep it in my collection or not, because yeah, I do like my collection to reflect my viewing tastes as much as possible, and yeah, this doesn't really reflect that in a lot of ways, to be honest. So yeah, but I might well just keep hold of it, just because it is part of the half-year bundle that I've paid quite a lot of money for. But still, yeah, hopefully the next bunch of films will be as good as, if not better than, the other two. We do obviously have the Franco Nero box set coming out. We have a comedy Italian box set coming out as well, and there are several other single film releases as well that are coming out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all of those, and hopefully they are an improvement over this. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you've seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Maybe you can explain it in some regards to me, and maybe that'll help me enjoy it more if I bother to see it again. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.